Our next inductee is Stacey Gaegler. Smooth, a word that also describes fellow Hall of Famer Sharon Shipley. Smooth is the perfect description of Stacey's powerful approach. A competitor on the lanes, the softball field, and the golf course. Stacey is a natural athlete and puts her all into everything she does. Stacey even went so far as to teach herself to bowl left-handed when she had to have right elbow surgery. How's that for dedication? She worked hard to get there by earning 3 tour victories, 5 second-place finishes, 6 additional ladder appearances, and 2 high qualifiers. You've been waiting for your induction for quite some time, but tonight we're proud to make it official. Tonight presenting Stacey Gaegler, Bethany Fisher.
Hey y'all. I promise that's the last of the Carroll County you're going to hear. Stacey began her journey in the role of duckpin at the age of 3. She joined the ranks of the Women's National Duckpin Association a long, very long time ago. In fact, I believe I was still in diapers. Just kidding. Only a few years after joining the tour, she stepped away to pursue her career and start a family. However, the pull of her competitive spirit couldn't keep her away for long. She rejoined the tour in early 2000, and that's where our journey to sisterhood began. Those who never met Stacey would have a hard time believing that she is quite the jokester. Her shenanigans, along with some encouragement from her traveling mates, who will remain nameless, make every tour weekend more memorable than the last. She has been known to confiscate hotel room keys from our tour director, Carol, in order to completely fill a bathtub with ice and then fill it to the brim with Coke. Carol came back that night, and I believe she was quite surprised to find that she had a vending machine of Coke in her hotel room. Heaven forbid that the rental car you get on tour weekends where you have to travel have heat seaters, or seats that have heaters in them, because your backside will be on fire in very few short seconds as soon as you sit in. Stacey is forbidden to drink Pepsi. However, I believe tonight Pepsi is what they are serving. And it's gotten to the point where when we go to dinner and the waitress says, "We only have Pepsi," the entire table screams, "No." Stacey is not allowed to have Pepsi because the geese do come out at that point in time. We have had numerous shopping cart races throughout the years, and it doesn't matter if it's down the aisle of a store or if we have to confiscate one from the local grocery store to have a shopping cart race down the parking lot. We have almost been kicked out of a parking lot by a cop, ironically enough, for playing wiffle ball and being too loud at about 11 o'clock p.m. Stacey even thought it would be absolutely hilarious to rent a Yaris one weekend in Connecticut and proceed to laugh her butt off when I tried to squeeze my 6-foot frame into the front seat of this tiny car. I will get you back for that one day. I'm going to rent the biggest truck with the biggest 35-inch tires you've ever seen with no running boards and sit back and see how long it takes you to get in. However, Stacey is not the only one who can pull off a prank. For those who don't know, Stacey loves frogs, and she has quite the collection of garden statues in her front garden in her house. It wasn't too long ago when someone, Jody, myself, decided we were going to steal all of her garden frogs, blindfold them, stuff them in the trunk of Jody's trunk, and then we proceeded to send her photographs and demanded a ransom for their signature. No one was quite sure how that one was going to turn out, but we can all laugh about it now. They are all safely home where they're supposed to be. Stacey also happens to really enjoy ice baths, particularly when she's not expecting them. Honestly, Tony and I were only trying to help. The copious amounts of Coors Light that we had consumed just made us giggle that much more when it happened. Stacey loves this sport so much that during the recovery from elbow surgery, she bowled an entire league season left-handed. I'm glad you decided to join the right side of the people who bowl in this world. It wasn't a pretty sight to begin with, but by the end of the year, she compensated and carried a decent average for someone who had never bowled with the opposite hand before. And because Stacey now has 2 book averages, her sanction card for that season read Stacey, left-hand Gaegler. Sounds like she's part of the mafia. All joking aside, Stacey is a true student of the game. It took her over a decade to win her first star, but when it finally happened, the floodgates opened. In a very short time, she racked up 3 tour victories, 1 in Hagerstown, 1 in Parkville, and 1 in College Park. Along with that, she has amassed 11 separate ladder appearances, and she's a force to be reckoned with on the lanes. She has one of the fiercest competitive spirits I've ever met, but is also one of the nicest people I've ever met. She cheers on all of her competitors who bowl with her and supports those around her. On Saturday and Sunday, she is one of the loudest voices in the bowling alley. She is one of the most requested bowlers to bowl with and will give tips to anyone on how to improve their game. Stacey does not hesitate to volunteer to help with the tour and promotes the game wherever she goes. Stacey also has a very important support system in her corner. Her husband Tony, her son Zach, and her stepchildren Kaylin and AJ are always there with words of encouragement and praise. Just a few short years ago, Stacey lost her biggest supporter when her mother Susan passed. This was not an easy feat for Stacey to get over. Susan was always the very first person that Stacey would call when we were traveling to ensure her that we arrived safely. She was always the very first person that Stacey would call when the competition was over, whether Stacey bowled well or not, just to tell her mom how the weekend went. I can say without a doubt, Stace, that your mom is with you every time you step one of those lanes and is cheering louder than any of us. Stacey, it has been my privilege to get to know you, to bowl with you, to play softball with you, and to call you one of my best friends. I'm amazed every time I watch you bowl, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for your bowling career. I love you, kid. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, 2017 Women's National Duckpin Association Hall of Fame inductee, Stacey Gaegler.
I was a little older than you.
She has a dress on, don't wear it.
Lorene made me wear a dress.
Okay, Beth made me cry when she talked about my mother. So we're going to try to start this speech off without crying. As she said last year, I lost my mother. She was my best friend and a wonderful mother. Without her, I would not be here today. It was she who started me in the world of bowling. She was my mentor with her perfect form and compassion for the game. She taught me sportsmanship both on and off the lane. She taught me to help others at all times. She became a national instructor for the NDYA because she knew duckpin bowling was a great sport. I will always think of her every time I step on the lanes or walk into a bowling alley. Of course, there are a few other people who have always supported me as well. First, my loving husband. No matter how I bowl, he has supported me. He makes me laugh when I'm struggling, not afraid to tell me how to throw the ball stupid. He is continuing my mom's passion for the game by being my favorite fan and partner through life. Mom told him There was a no return policy when we got married. Jody, Bethany, and Carol, thank you for the wonderful friendships of which only happened because of the game we dumped in. The Fridays we spent just hanging out, laughing at one another because somebody did something stupid. Like watching Tony play Rocket Man at the pool with the wheelchair lift. Shopping cart races, or our 6-hour road trip from Rhode Island to Connecticut, and we hit no traffic. Right there. And the ice bath thing, I just want to let you know, Bethany and Tony were so drunk, Bethany was talking like a Southern belle, and she refused to do that tonight. I want to thank my adopted parents, Joe and Nancy, for their love and support over the years. And then there's those crazy Canadians, Connie, Christina, and Christy. Enough said. However, I would love somebody to give Connie a set of cymbals so when the American National Anthem is on, she can bang the cymbals. She loves the boom part. Finally, to Larice Shriver and Diane Sears, you have always been great leaders in Duckpin world. As I grew up, they were super people to watch on and off the lanes. I grew up watching them compete and rising to the levels above others. They supported other bowlers when they were struggling and cheered them on to victories. I had hoped to model myself after these two women. They both represent the true word of Ladies Hall of Fame. Thank you, and I'm dedicating this to my mother.